Hi students, this is Ajanta ma'am. Be ready for a transformative journey and an in-depth analysis to your short stories, poems and your novels with me. Now today I shall dive deep into the poem I Remember. Now this poem, I Remember, was written by Thomas Hood, a great English poet and a humorist. And this poem is one of his best known. In this poem, he writes about his childhood memories and the recollections of the joys that he had when he was little. The poet recalls his childhood memories and compares his childhood with his gloomy present. And the poem deals with the wonderful childhood memories and a child who looks at life with wonder. Therefore, this poem, I Remember, is a poem which deals with the changing nature of time. Thomas Hood recalls his blissful, calm, serene childhood that is still very, very fresh in his memories. In his poem, he writes, or rather recalls, his bedroom with its little window where the sun used to appear every morning. He also recalls seeing many flowers in the garden around his house and the laburnum tree. This tree, the laburnum tree, was planted by his brother on his birthday and which apparently is still standing at the same place. Therefore, the poet recalls how he used to swing and move through the air without any care in the world. And he also has a memory of fir trees with their tall branches and summer pools, which refreshed him. But now that he has become an adult, he obviously misses that carefree time because the real world has stolen his innocence and the joy he feels, that he is away from the blessings and the real happiness after becoming an adult or growing older. Therefore, you can say the poem I Remember deals with memories and the fleeting nature of time and childhood innocence, which are the major themes featuring in this poem. And throughout the poem, the speaker reflects on his childhood memories and talks about the change of time. And according to the poet, as time passes, leaving only memories behind, the poet believes that a child doesn't have worries in his or her life. And that is why children can take advantage of the joys around them without feeling bothered about the burdens of adulthood, about the tensions of the world. Therefore, to relive those memories in life, the poet takes a plunge. He dives deep into his memories. There are a lot of imagery used in this poem. What is imagery? Imagery is used to make readers perceive things involving one of their senses, or maybe two or more senses. For example, the house where I was born, or the fir trees dark and high. He has also used metaphor. Metaphor is a figure of speech in which comparison is made between different objects and persons. In the line when he says, "'Tis little joy," means the speaker here is metaphorically comparing his present state with his blissful childhood. Therefore, you can say the poem talks about the author's childhood and how he misses, he remembers everything. He remembers about he remembers about the house, he remembers the laburnum tree, he remembers everything. He remembers each and everything because the house and the memories that the house holds for him is very, very important in his life, and therefore he has not forgotten anything. So the key information that the poet is trying to give to the students to the readers is that childhood gives way to mundane adulthood. Adulthood that is very, very mundane. That has no color, no joy, nothing. So, as a speaker of the poem, he is reminiscing or thinking about, nostalgic about his childhood. Confusion and frustration can be associated with adulthood, and therefore he remembers his childhood where he had none of these things. He never had any confusion nor the burdens that he is carrying now in his adulthood. Therefore, the pronoun I, he begins the poem with the pronoun I. The poet is exposing to the reader his memories and is trying to bring the reader along the nostalgic journey, his nostalgic journey into childhood. He also uses the present tense remember, which is important because he helps to create a divide within the poem. Because he is stuck in the present and he is remembering the past to which he cannot return. And that is the cause for his sorrow. The sun is also personified as a force of good within the poem, and he, the word he, is presented as a friendly character who seems to do everything to a level of perfection. Thank you for watching. I shall be making a second part to this video. Thank you. Thank you.